guys, it's your Grace Beauty and today is a special day. If you still haven't subscribed, subscribe. Join the gang, join the mob, because nigga, you are missing. Today we are telling a story time about one of the worst, craziest days of my life, y'all. We got in a car accident and he pulled a gun.
So why not take a chance? This is our street. Just feel the love beat, yeah. This is our street, yeah.
He pulled a gratata, like, I don't think I can say that because it's the first, it's like the first couple of minutes in the video, so we're gonna call the gun a gratata. Let's start out with this, right? Y'all know me and my sister's relationship has been like a working thing. Like, we have to work towards it if we wanted to grow, if we wanted to prosper. At this point, we weren't really that close, okay? We are closer now, but we were not that close back then. Okay, so boom. One day, I needed to go grocery shopping, and I didn't actually need legitimate groceries, which is why I don't know why I almost lost my life over some cashews and some fucking orange juice. It's just little stuff like that that makes me feel unsafe in this world because I just wanted cashews. So one day I needed to go to the store and I needed some cashews, some orange juice, some frozen raspberries, just a whole bunch of random junk. And I almost lost my life over it. That's so cute. We love that. At the time, Brendan was working a lot. He works more now, but he was working a lot and he could not take me. So I was like, dang, I need to figure out somebody to take me. So I go boop, 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 going through my phone. Who can take me? Who can take me? I'm trying to see all my friends that have cars and all this stuff. But I had really bad anxiety and it was hard for me to be around certain people because I didn't want to have to explain like, hey, I'm kind of not the same anymore. I struggle with this, this, and this. You know, like I didn't want to do the reintroduction or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just ask my sister. Now, my sister at the time was known for reckless driving, and I've been in the car with her and been like, woo, woo, you know, a little anxious. I feel like that's where this anxiety came from. Like, now I have really bad anxiety in cars. No matter who is driving, I have to really acclimate myself to it and really ground myself every 20 seconds. Okay, I feel like he's done. So I had to like reground myself and just, it's hard for me to ride in cars now, y'all, but I think it's because I've been in so many car accidents. So anyway, I texted her up and I was a bit nervous about it, but I was like, you know what? You're just going around the corner to the store. Like, why are you being so dramatic? Is that your anxiety coming in? Like, you need to chill. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I just text her up and I'm like, we're gonna call her Pineapple. So I'm like, Pineapple. Wait, what did I call her in my other story time? Starlight? It's not, it never gave Starlight. Tinkerbell? It never gave Tinkerbell. Hold on. Firefly. So I'm like, we always using some fairy names for somebody naming my stories. So I'm like, Firefly, I need to go to the store tomorrow. Could you take me if it's not too much for you? Because at the time she had a really bad temper. Like, she would get angry about the littlest of things and it would be, I don't know, we all had little triggers like that. Like, mine was anxiety, my sister's was anger, and my brother's was like, he would just ignore everything and laugh at everything. We were, at the time, I think my mom had left around that time, or we was having issues in the house and stuff like that. So her trigger was anger, and if anything went wrong, she would get so angry, and like, it would be really hard to bring her back down. Now, mine was anxiety and overthinking because I would try to predict what somebody's about to do before they do it and stuff like that. So I was really bad like that. But I text her up and I'm like, hey, Firefly, can you take me to the store tomorrow if it's not too much? You know, around that time I was very... She hit me up later and she was like, yeah, I'll take you to the store. And I was like, okay, dope. I'm finna go to the store and get my little groceries. I think it was like a Monday or something, or a Tuesday, because I had to get my groceries for the week. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm getting my stuff together. I'm getting my little cash together. At the time I didn't have a card. I had my little monies. So I was like, you know what? While I'm there, I think I'm gonna cash some coins, because it was like a coin machine. Like, you put in all your coins and then it turns it into dollars. I forgot what the proper name is for it, but it was a coin machine. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go to, I think it was like Food Depot or somewhere random. And at the time, I had a lot of coins. So I took all my coins and I'm like, okay, while I'm out, I'm gonna go cash my coins because I didn't have a car. So, you know, if somebody taking me somewhere, I gotta hit all the stops. Okay, while we on this road, we gotta go to the beauty supply store, we gotta go to Walmart, and we gotta go to Dollar Tree. Because I said so. But now stuff, like, you can buy it. You can literally order stuff off Walmart. You can order stuff off of Panera Bread. Like, you can order almost everything now. It wasn't like that back then. So that's why I didn't shop cart, whatever it's called. That's why I didn't shop a cart my groceries. I know some of y'all gonna be like, why you didn't shop a cart it? Shut up. Shut up. Okay. So my sister said yes. I'm getting ready for the night. I'm getting my little coins ready. And I start to light my spiritual candles back there on my altar. And I remember getting to like the third candle and I got a vision. And it was so brief. It wasn't even like a, like, you know, like a That's So Raven moment. It was literally like a, like I could visually see myself lighting the candle. But a story was playing out in my head and I could see that too. I was literally in both places at once, but everything kind of went black. So in my head, I knew I was lighting the candle, but I wasn't looking at myself lighting the candle. I was kind of on autopilot and I was seeing a vision in my head. And it was basically like, tomorrow you're going to get in a car accident. The car is going to be black and you're going to die. So, you know me, like, I got really bad anxiety. I'm like, who finna die? Who, baby? God, it's not my time. Like, look at his face. It's not my time, baby. At the time, I wasn't like really giggly about it. It really scared me. And I actually was talking to Brendan. And I actually was really bothered by it. So I called Brendan up. Hey, babe. You sure you can't take me? You know, I'm running it by him. I'm telling him the little vision I had. And he's like, oh, just keep going with it. It's probably your anxiety. So I'm like, okay, you're right. And at that time, a really important lesson I want to say I learned is that anxiety will scream repeatedly. Intuition will whisper once. It'll whisper once. So if you don't listen, that's literally on you. I didn't know the difference at the time, but I'm gonna tell y'all how I found out the difference. We go to the store and we're having a, you know, a chill time. Like I said, me and my sister were not that close because, you know, we were going through different phases of our life. Even though we were in the same household, she was dealing with different stuff outside, I was dealing with different stuff inside the home. And it was really hard to just talk to each other because it was so much negativity and so much drama and a fight every day. So it was so hard to talk and just really be vulnerable and stuff. So I feel like we all had a lot of blocked trauma and we just moved differently in life because of it. Mine manifested into fear, my sister manifested into anger, my brother manifested into I don't care about a dang thing, and I laugh at everything. I go to sleep, the next day comes and we hop in the car, we're on the way there and I'm chilling, you know, it's a chill ride. And when we made it there, I feel like my anxiety went from up to down because I'm like, look, like we made it, all we gotta do is get the stuff and go back. At that time, I did not have anxiety in stores. Child, if I knew how many types of anxiety you can get, oh my god, you could get car anxiety, airplane anxiety, store anxiety, breathing anxiety, bruh. If I knew what I was up ahead in the future, I would be like, let me go sit down somewhere because this is gonna cause more trauma on me. Like I'm still shaky in cars to this day because of this situation. I'm so serious. So we get in the store, we got the hardest part out the way. Like all we have to do is one more ride back with my groceries and I'm good. On the way there, I noticed, you know, she was speed and stuff. And when I met my sister, she was a risky driver, allegedly. Okay, we just gotta say allegedly because, you know, they don't be playing with the law. But allegedly, one time we were out and there was somebody driving too slow in front of her. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna drive on the other lane, zoom, and go around this person. But it was only a 2-lane road. And it was somebody coming in the distance, but she made it just in time. I didn't say that she was bad at being a risky driver. I'm saying that she was a risky driver, allegedly. And then allegedly, another time, we was on the highway with my mama's car. She had a high-sitting Infinity. You know the little Infinity truck that's big and it's high-sitting and all that? Got the DVD players, all that. Me, my cousin, and her, I forgot where we were on the way to. But we're like, this, okay, you know the song that came out, like, act up, you could get smacked up, dirty ass, little, you need to back up. So this was back when I was on, like, my cray vibe, my cray era. So that was, like, my partying era, whatever. So, you know, we're in a car, and we like, you wanna back up, period. Like, I'm finishing my cousin's sentences, my sister singing, and she driving. And we notice, y'all know that part on the highway where it's cement, like it's a cement wall and it directs you to 2 different lanes? I noticed we's in the middle of that too long. Like, we like, it's Isha Miami Yoko, like attacked up high, is it? Oh my god, I said her name. Fuck. throw it back, firefly, period. You serious? That's how close we got to that cement block, yo. And it was crazy because I think my cousin had derealization after that moment, and I never knew what that was, and I don't even think she knew what that was. At the time, I laughed at her, but if I knew that it was in my future, I wouldn't have laughed that hard. I wouldn't have laughed that hard, honestly. If y'all don't know what derealization is, it is a mental state that you're in where your body is so scared, your mind is so scared that you're taken out of the moment, but you're there. So it feels like you're watching everything through a movie. It's super creepy, and it looks like you're looking through a fishbowl. Anyways, we hurry up and turn last minute, right? And my cousin was like, do y'all ever be wondering, like, we really are living this life? Like, she was like, hold on. First we was talking about how, like, that was crazy, that was a close one, why are we so reckless? And then she was like, have y'all ever thought about how we be living a life? Like, I can't remember what she said for the life of me, but she was like, we're really here right now living our lives in time. Like, I think that little turn knocked it out of her. She got scared and she started overthinking the meaning of breathing and all that. And at the time I was like, girl, be quiet, put the next song on. That is like a little scenario where she was known as a reckless driver in that time period. Now let's fast forward to while we at the store. So we were not that close. Like I told y'all, we had fell off. I was out of my party era. I was in my spiritual girl, my spiritual era. So we're in the store and I was cashing my coins and she was like, oh, I bet you that's like $30. I said, I bet you it's gonna pay for my groceries, because I don't know what I was doing at that moment, but I was like, maybe if I lead. Okay, so hold on, let me give y'all some backstory. My sister, she don't like to be led, she like to be the leader, right? She like, oh, since you the little sister, I'm the leader, I'm always the leader. But sometimes little sister can teach you a little something, you know. So I was teaching her to be positive and not be so yelly all the time that day. And then I will say she has done a lot of growing sense, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the story time and where we was, and I'm trying to put y'all in my shoes. I'm trying to put y'all in my Nike Air Forces, babe. Listen up. And I was like, oh, I bet you it'll be enough to pay for my groceries. And we was just joking and laughing and stuff, and it came up to pay for my groceries. So I was like, you know what, I had took the little cash. It wasn't even a cash, it was a receipt. And then I bought my groceries and I checked out with the receipt, and they had scanned it and did something where I had like points in the system or whatever. So I check out and I get my little cashews and my frozen stuffs and I put it in the trunk, and I'm like, that was fun. And we actually talked to somebody in the store. I forgot, it was like an older couple, but we talked to them and they were so nice, and I started out being nice. And it was just a very random thing. She was like, oh, did you just cash your coins? And I was like, yes. And she was like, how much was it? And I told her, she was like, oh my gosh. And then she was like, that's so cool. And you know, we were just having a cool little conversation. And I looked over to my sister after that. I said, see, when you lead with positivity, it always comes back to you. But it wasn't like I was trying to be in her face like, see, it didn't give that. It was just like a gem. You know, certain people, they don't like to learn, so you got to leave gems so they catch it and be like, oh my god, I came up with that. Yeah, you did. You did come up with that. No, you didn't. So after that, we check out, we get in the car, and we're driving home. And I noticed that she's in a rush to get home. A lot of people do that. They be in a rush to get home and sit on the couch and watch TikTok. Baby, we could cruise a little bit. It's okay to cruise. Okay, you scare me. So she was in the car and she was driving and she would speed up. She was like, this in my way. Oh my god, like, but it was normal for her. It wasn't even, to her, it wasn't her being aggressive. It came out so normal for her, like, this is in my way, oh my god, you know. But this is how I seen it. This is in my way, oh my god, doing. That's how I'm seeing it, you know, because that car anxiety starting to spark in, like, you know. So I started, you know how you get a memory that kind of leads to a string of memories that you suppress, and then they're all coming up and you're like, not right now, not right now. So that's exactly what's happening in that passenger seat. So I'm like this. I said something, I like, see, you being aggressive. And we had gotten to it a little bit, but she was the type of person like, you got to bring stuff as a joke to her. You can't really be like, I don't like when you do that, because it's gonna be like, like, it's gonna get out of hand really quick. It's gonna get out of hand. It's gonna be angry, sad, and then bringing up the past. Like, it's too much. It's too much. Okay? So you gotta bring it as a joke. Like, not you need to slow down. Not you driving ahead of your skills, or you know, you gotta make it a joke like that. That's not what I said. That wasn't that phrase wasn't even out that time. But you know, you gotta make it into a little joke for her. So I made it into a little jokey joke. I'm like, girl, you need to slow down before you kill us both, right? And then when I said that, I'm like, that vision last night, we still in the car. So you know, my brain's like, we get around the corner from that house. I swear, most accidents where you almost be like dying be around the corner from your house, bro, because you be this close to getting home, you try to push it, and then boom. So we in the car, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm freaking out because I just remembered that I had that vision, and I'm replaying it in my head, and I'm like, shh, not right now, not right now. But you know, I know that I have anxiety, so I'll see myself freaking out and be like, you know, you have anxiety. Like if I'm around a certain person, I'm like, I can't breathe in my head, and then I'll stop and I'm like, no, you just have blocked energy right now because you don't want to be around this person. So yeah, I'm like 100 with myself. Sometimes I'll be tweaking, like off of habit. I'll start hyperventilating around a certain person, or I'll get, you know, really anxious, you know, stuff like that. If I'm in the store and I'll say, remember, you did this last time. Like when you have anxiety and you really suffer from that, John, like you have to really talk to yourself every day and really be in your head, and like you have to really be in your head, and you really have to peep out when your mind has a false narrative, because anxiety sometimes can be false narratives. For example, both of my friends died in the heat, like the hottest day where I live, and it was on the news, and actually one of them was on the news, but it was on the news and stuff like that. And I tricked my brain by telling myself over and over again, sorry, I'm watching myself on the TV, y'all. It's giving narcissist. Anyways, I guess I tricked my brain that running in the heat is dangerous, which is not. It's not the heat that's dangerous, it's dehydration. It's dangerous. That's an example of what I'm talking about. So I was talking to myself exactly like that in the car. I was really giving myself therapy for real. And I'm like, you know what, we're around the corner, like just let it rip. Let my brain rip. What's the worst that can happen, right? Next thing you know, some people come behind us and they're so obnoxious. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. They were so obnoxious, y'all. They was like, bitch, go. Like it was, Jesus Christ. Like it's flashing forward in my mind right now. And I honestly feel like God put those people there to show me, like, you really need to start taking me more serious. And after that, I said, period. Okay. I started taking God serious to the max. You want to go to this party? Jesus said I can't go today. Jesus said I can't go today. Okay, today I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna pop out. Huh? My intuition said your car gonna break down tonight. Hello? Girl, your car broke down. What did I say? What did I say? People come behind us and they're like, period, listening to the same raunchy music, and they're in a tall sitting truck and we're in a low sitting Mercedes. So they're up there, they're like, she need to go, she need to turn already. Why is she driving so slow? And I can see my sister, like, she's actually trying to be calm, but she has anger issues. Well, she used to. Shut up. I'm gonna just say it like how I was in the moment, okay? She has anger issues. That's what I remember. Like, oh God, please don't let this be the time. I'm not even thinking that because we're right around the corner from my house, you know? I'm like, 2 turns, we in there for real. So my brain can attack me right now all at once, because I can do one of these, I could do one of these, I can get on my celly until we get to the house. You heard? I was basically doing one of these, you know, on my phone, acting like I don't care, but I know that is people behind us and they're making a big scene. Like, she need to go up, she need to hurry up. Dumb it. You know, they talking their stuff, and I'm like, for what? Like, ew. Like, I had to check myself. Am I attracting this type of energy right now? Like, is it me? Because what the fuck? She goes to pull out to the side, right? And I guess she didn't see, hold on, I'm explaining it wrong already. So these people were like, hurry up and go, hurry up and go. They were trying to rush us, and she was like, hold on. Like, she actually yelled, hold on. And I guess they saw her mouth that and they made her mad. She made the other people back there mad, because she's saying, hold on, like, I gotta see if it's somebody even coming. It was one of those turns where, like, you're kind of blindsided. When the car passed, you have to look to see if another car is coming, like that. So they're like, beep, beep. And my sister, she looks and she doesn't see anybody, and she goes to turn, and there was a car driving down like this. So I guess it was a blind spot, and there's a car coming up too. So when she goes to turn, she sees the car and reverses real quick, and it hits the front of her car and knocks that piece off. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all. I'm shook. I ain't even, hold on. Y'all, I was so shook, like, so shook. If she wouldn't have did that reverse, that would have been my legs. That would have been me. Like, I would have been smushed inside of the driver's, I would have been smushed in the passenger side. Y'all, that is so scary. The day you realize, like, whoa, I probably wouldn't have made it out of that. That's the scariest day ever, I swear. So I'm not thinking that in the moment. I'm thinking moment to moment, okay, we just got in a car accident. I'm good. I feel good. You know, she pulled out and pulled back in real quick, but that would have been me. If that lady was coming any faster, bam, she would have smacked right into my side. I would have been smushed, and my sister would have been looking at a pancake. Shit. When we got in a car accident, I started spazzing, but not in my physical body. My mind started spazzing. Like, as soon as we went bam and everything stopped, and she was like, oh, are you okay, are you okay? I guess her talking like that and that hectic vibe, you know how when accidents happen and you really don't expect the accident to happen, your tone changes, the vibe changes. So when she was saying that, I started to get so many visions. Like, I was back at my friend's funeral, I was back at my other friend's funeral, I was seeing my neighbor getting carried out in a body bag. Like, it was bam, bam, bam. All the trauma started coming up. So I'm like this. So I immediately start hyperventilating. I just get up and I take a second. Like, I get up and I'm like this. And she hops out the car and she's like, what the? You know, she's going off on them back there. Mind you, it's a car crash. So everything stopped for a quick second. Cars are starting to slow down. What's going on? Should we go around it? Is everybody okay? Right? So she's like, what the? You could have killed my sister. She's going off and stuff. And they're going back and forth. And she gets out the car and she's going back and forth with them. And we didn't see before, but it was a girl and a man in the car. And I guess they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They were pretty young, probably like 25, pushing 28. You know what I'm saying? My sister, well, how old was she then? I don't know. But yeah, okay. And at that time, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even gonna hold you, I was not built like that. Okay, it took me like a year to like build up some kahunas, you know, because I never had that close relationship with like a motherly figure that was like, you need to hold yourself like this. Like my older cousin had to tell me how to be a lady and how to carry myself, how to the reason why I'm protecting myself. She had to teach me all that stuff, and I appreciate her. She's still my favorite cousin to this day because she put me on, and I would not be the boss lady I am today without her. I did not stand up for myself back then. And anytime I seen confrontation, I would stray away because I always thought, oh, I can't handle this. I already have anxiety. I can't handle this. I didn't just have anxiety, y'all. I had agoraphobia. Like, my anxiety was so bad. Agoraphobia. Do you realize it? You know what? I had PTSD. I think it was PTSD, actually. You know what? Like, if I showed a video right now, you know, I ain't gonna embarrass myself like that. But I'm gonna hold it in my back pocket in case I get too cocky. I could watch it one night. Car stops. She's out there arguing with them, and I'm just like, I'm trying to brace myself because I'm telling myself, okay, you're about to get in a fight. Like, even though your mind is not there, and I guess my brain decided to go back through all the trauma that I was trying to suppress. Because I wasn't able to process that trauma because I was already going through stuff in my home. So I did not feel vulnerable to cry, stuff like that. It was crazy, y'all. It was so crazy. So I guess when I seen those things, I would just go literally like that. I didn't even cry at my friend's funeral. Like, y'all can ask my friends for real. I didn't cry. Like, I was so shut off. I was so it was a hard time. That was a hard time. Yeah. But hey, they almost caught me with that slideshow, not gonna lie. Anyways, you know the little slideshow? And they start putting the little baby videos. I said, sorry y'all, I think everything is a joke. I said, meanwhile my sister pouring down crying, my best friend pouring down crying, my boyfriend looking at me, Brendan looking at me like, are you a robot? Like, he don't even know this person and he getting sad. And I'm just like, I went to school with this person for so many years, played on volleyball teams and stuff, and I can't cry right now because I know that when I get home it's hell. You know, like, I don't have time to process this. I don't even know whose death to put first. I don't, cause so many people died within a quick time span. It took me like, how many years has it been since 2020? Almost 2 years. It's been 2 years, going on 3. And I've really had to work with myself. And some nights I just cry and let out the emotions, let it flow, because I wasn't able to before, you know? Or if I get around Brandon, he like, why you always crying around me? Because I felt comfortable to cry around him. Like, I didn't even want to be held. I didn't even want to be consoled. I just wanted to get it out. I can't even express like how angry I was at the world. Like, how angry I was. At the time, my uncle had passed away too. He got into a biking accident and he flew off the bike. And I remember just hearing my father talk about, okay, so we're going to do this at the burial. He was helping plan it because it was such a shocking death. And while he was doing that, I was staying at my aunt's house. And just to see certain things, like, it's the little stuff that'll mess you up. Like, you see your aunt coming down the stairs and you're like, okay, hold on, let me hurry up and put up this spoon because I know it's his. Or let me tuck these shoes under the chair because I know it's his. And I don't want her to have to move it. And then she's thinking like, damn, I'm moving these shoes forever. Like, he's never gonna touch them again. I don't know if people overthink like me, but you know, like, it messed my mind up. So while I was going through all this trauma in my mind, I guess that car accident, that bump release made me go, like, it made me wake up. And I'm coming back now. I'm coming back, like, I'm fading in and I hear, no, because you didn't pull over. So that's what the other girl is saying. And my sister's like, nah, because she's not even on that. She's like, I'm with my little sister right now. I'm just heated because you made me get into this accident. So I'm zoning back in. So I'm like, literally ears ringing. I'm just like this. Whoa. You know? So we end up pulling over to my neighborhood real quick. And they followed us. They followed us to argue. And now my sister's heated. So immediately I get my phone. I'm still in shock. And I start calling my boyfriend. I'm like, hello? Yeah, we're right around the corner from the house. Whoa, wait, that's what happened. He came off work. That's exactly what happened. And then her boyfriend was actually already home. So both of them came like this. Like, as soon as I called them, one called the other, and they was there like this, like within another minute. So I'm snapping back now. You know, my ears are just listening to everything that's going on. We finally pull over and I'm kind of bracing myself. I'm like, all right, you about to have to fight right now. So I know you don't know how to fight, but you've been watching a lot of fighting movies. So all right, anyway, let me stop playing, because like I had to, it's so embarrassing, but y'all, I had to learn how to fight. I'm sorry, I had to learn, like. And then when I got into a fight, I was like, yo, I'm really not that bad. Like, I'm Mayweather with the shits. Let me stop. Okay, we're not gonna do this today. And she's arguing and stuff, and she's walking up to the car like this. And she's like, yup. And then my sister, you know, my sister don't back down to anything. She's crazy. That lady is crazy. Anyways, she don't back down to a fight. So she's amping it up. She's like, what you really trying to do? Oh, I thought. That's what I thought. So she said. So whatever, she's, you know, she's going back and forth with the girl or whatever. And I'm like, guys, actually, you know what? Let me shut up, because I didn't even say anything. I'm at the car. I'm basically watching from I'm watching from afar. So I'm slowly realizing that if she gets in a fight with this girl, I'm gonna have to fight her nigga. Alrighty, let's go. So I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to fight her dude, or I'm gonna have to make sure her dude don't try to jump her. Because I don't care, even at that time where I didn't know that I could fight, and I wasn't really, you know, fully growing into myself. I was so young. I was probably like 16, 17. But I was growing into myself. But if I see like my siblings or someone I love get hurt, I just snap. And I go a little psychotic. Like, I might even burn your car down, and that's a threat, and I'll go to jail and do the time, baby. Like, I don't know. Like, even at that time, I still had this rage about me. So I was like, well, you're just gonna have to let it all on this man. And then the dude, he starts walking up, same thing, you know, trying to back up his girlfriend. I'm like, can y'all just go? In my head, I'm like, can y'all just go? And then my sister was like, back up, he has a gun. I can't say that. She was like, back up, he got a blick, he got a stick. So I'm like, I started backing up. I was so stupid, y'all. Shut up. I told y'all one thing about me. I'm gonna keep the story 100, and that's not a lie. That's facts, no printer. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. And y'all can just judge me how y'all want to, but know that this was a couple years ago, okay? So I'm still standing up. She's like, back up, back up. He got a stick, he got a blick. So I'm standing up there. I'm like, do you have a gun? Sir. I hate how proper I am. Oh my God, I hate it. My dad is proper, so I'm proper, but oh my God. It's like I be proper and I don't even mean to be proper. Like, if somebody say something I can't hear, I'm like, I'm sorry. Or I'm like, I don't know, like the gun, because I feel like in that fight, it was really going at my sister, and they realized that, oh my God, like that's the little sister, like she's really not in this, like ignore her. It's kind of like I was in this globe, like they couldn't even see me. I remember being there seeing so many frequencies, just low, and I was invisible to them, and I was just like, what the so I honestly felt invincible. That's why I could get that close, because he didn't even see me as a threat. Like he was literally walking around me like bucking at my sister, but little did he know if she hit my sister, I was going to jump in too. So even if I couldn't fight it, somebody was getting a karate chop to the neck, okay? All right. Do you have a gun? Sir, do you have a gun? I wish I could just slap myself in that moment. Hold on. All right. After 2020, people are really on a different type of crazy. So sometimes you have to match that crazy now. So I wouldn't walk up to a person and be like, well, I wouldn't let them get that close to me now and be like, do you have a gun? Like, I would just already shoot them. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even be in that situation to like begin with. Do you have a gun? And he was like, yes, I got a gun. And he pulled it up like this. And then that's when everybody comes pulling up. Hold on. When Brandon comes pulling up, that's, oh my God. Yeah, okay, I can say his name. That's when Brandon comes pulling up, and that's when my sister's boyfriend came pulling up. We're gonna call him Caden. So Caden come pulling up, and he's mad, and he has a little Charger or whatever it's called. I don't know what the car is called, but he go, yeah! I swear he drifted that bitch. And he stopped it, and he gets out the car. And then my boyfriend, he already out the car. I feel like that's when stuff de-escalated. When men see other men, they don't act the same way as they would with aggression towards a woman, you know? So I feel like that kind of stopped the whole situation. And then the police came, y'all. Too much. Y'all, while this was going on, can you literally imagine that the people who we got in a wreck with pulled over too? And they were watching this? So, I'm like, why is it this much going on? Like, I just wanted to go to the store. This is a lot, okay? This is a lot. So the people who hit us, it was our fault or whatever, but the people who hit us, she called me over because the police were there. Everything was starting to calm down. They get in their car before the police get here, and like they kind of stand down once they saw Brennan and Kion. What did I call him? Kion, Caden, Kion, Pepper. You know what I meant. So they pull up, and the dude kind of stands down, which makes the girl kind of stand down. But she didn't stand down like to where we could see it. She was like, oh okay, and got all in the car, but she was walking backwards. So they get in the car, they swerve off. The police comes, like literally it missed them like this. And they were basically trying to ask us like, who had a gun, what did he look like, all this mess. I'm like, can y'all just get this figured out so I can go home and eat my cashews, baby? So I'm telling Brandon, and he's getting on me. He's like, yo, next time I see you standing that close to a man with a gun, don't do it. It's dumb. Don't. And you know, I respect him for speaking some truth into me. Like, Brendan, if he really cares about you, he's gonna bring you stuff the hard way. There is no soft way with Brendan. Like, he's gonna try to break it to you soft, but he's not a soft person. Like, he's been through a lot. So it's like when he's dealing with me, I'm like, I just a baby. And he be like, don't stand next to a person with a gun. But he's literally saying it like this. Don't stand next to a person with a gun, okay? So I'm talking to him or whatever. And then the lady calls me over. And she was like, young lady, come here. Young lady, come here. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway. So I walk over and I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, young lady. And she's so serious. She's getting teary in the eye and everything. And she was like, do you know if I was going any faster that you could have died today? Like, you could have left in a body bag. And I was just like, well, I had to say that part. I can laugh at it now, but I'm like, that's me in my head. And then she made me remember the vision I had. I was like, oh my God, I saw this before it happened. So I'm freaking out, and I just walk away from the lady. And she's like, what the so I sit on the, you know when you first enter a neighborhood and they have the little place where it's like the sign? Bitch, I sit on that because I'm winded. I'm remembering like, I done saw all this. And then I'm looking at the car and I'm like, yo, the freaking car is black. Like, what are the odds? So I'm ready to go home now. I finally get home. I talked to my neighbor. They still filling out paperwork. My sister was like, you can go ahead and go home. I'm here with Kaden. So I was like, all right, cool. Brendan scooped me. Would take me home. He talking to me, all that stuff. Like, you know, after you get in a fight or after you get in a car crash, people want to talk for hours. And you should have did this. And I was looking like, and I said, go home. And then we all ran out. It was a fucking shootout. I was dodging bullets. Like, they just want to talk for hours. I don't be on that. I be like, look, that was crazy. But I'm gonna have to talk about this in my journal because you're laughing at it, but it's really trauma for me. What is my neighbor looking at? Giuliani, don't fucking blow me right now. So anyways, to end the story, I made it home. My sister made it home shortly after me, but she was filling out police paperwork with Kaden, and I was talking to my neighbor, you know, telling her what happened. Yeah, we got in a car accident right there. And then she was like, why they looking too? And then she was like, sorry y'all, if something going on, I gotta tune in, okay? I cannot focus. What, they finna shoot? Why they turning? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, okay. So I'm talking to my neighbor and I'm like, yes. And she's like, look at these flowers. She's showing me the flowers that she planted in her backyard. And she walks away. And I remember putting my fingertips in the garden bed and going, dear God, I saw you warn me. I'm sorry. I'm going to listen next time. Positive. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. Thank you. I could have died. Didn't die. Eyes open. Still alive. Chicken fry. Fish fry. What am I talking about? It's time to go to sleep. So anyways, I was just praying, and then that was basically it. So that's the end of the story. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this story time, I thank you so much for watching. Take a bath. Alright guys, that is it for the video. If you made it all the way to the end, I thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you liked me, comment. If you don't even comment on people's, like, if you're not really an active person on people's YouTube channel, just leave a heart. I'm the same way, girl. But support, you know, support. I would really appreciate it. Momo, didn't I tell you not to be doing a lot back there? I love you. Bye.